This video will teach you my top 4 exercises for building a stronger back specifically for carrying heavy drumline equipment. If you watch this video all the way to the end, you will know exactly what to do to start marching stronger today. And feel less pain when you're holding the drums. If you're new here, I'm Coach Daniel. I run the marching performance company, Forte Athletics, and teaching marching performers how to be strong is my full-time gig. So if you're interested in taking your performance to the next level, make sure you subscribe so that you can stay one step ahead of the competition. Now, real quick, before we get into the 4 exercises, let's talk about why I choose those specific moves. When we're wearing a drum on a carrier, it contacts our body in 2 spots. We've got the belly plate here, and we've got the back bar up there. And if we relax and allow gravity to take over, this is what happens. The belly plate is pushing the hips back, and the back bar is pushing the shoulders forward. We have these counter forces that are creating torque on your spine, which is exactly why you feel so much strain in your back. So what does all that mean? That means that we need to build strength pushing the hips and pelvis forward into this belly plate, and we need to build strength in the upper back pushing backwards into the back bar. And these 4 exercises will teach you exactly how to do that. Now let's focus on the belly plate here. I'll even tuck my shirt in to make this clearer. Now what I often see in members who can't hold the weight of their drums is they bend their knees, which then kind of rest the weight on their thighs, and their butt shoots back. But in order to keep the drums up, they arch their chest up. And when we do that, the pelvis is rolled forward, the lower back is arched. That's putting a lot of strain here on your lower back. And you can imagine how uncomfortable that's going to be in a 3-hour rehearsal. So the first 2 exercises for the belly plate will focus on building strength in the backwards tilt while keeping the legs straight. We're going to get some of this, and we're going to get some of that. For the back bar, there's a contact point between the padding and the shoulder blades. If we don't do anything, we end up rounding the shoulders like that. So one exercise will build strength to pull the shoulder blades back into the back bar. And the second exercise for the back bar will be focused on extending the spine back into a force. Today, that force will be gravity. Now let's get into the exercises. Now, before we get into exercise 1, we have to learn one simple move. It's super important for all of the exercises. It's called a pelvic tilt. To do it, lie down on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the ground. You can place your hands out to the side. And imagine your hips are a bowl. We're going to spill that bowl forward, which will create an arch in your spine. And now there's a lot of space between your lower back and the floor. We want to train the opposite of this. So to do that, press your lower back into the floor, rolling the pelvis backwards. Not so much that your butt comes off the ground, but just enough for you to feel engagement and tightness around your abdomen. It may help for you to think about hugging your lower ribs in towards your belly button. Hold this for 3, 2, 1. And then relax, and you'll find that you naturally roll into this position where there's space between your low back and the ground. Try it again with me. Press the low back into the ground. We're rolling the pelvis back. Hug the lower ribs in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're having difficulty with that, you can place your hand beneath your lower back and just practice pressing your back into your hand. I've seen that work with many people. But if you've got it, now let's learn the hollow body. This exercise will challenge your ability to keep your low back pressed into the floor. To do this, bring both knees up towards the chest, bring your hands and reach towards your feet. We're not grabbing them. We're just reaching towards them, lifting the chest off the ground. From here, the low back is pressing into the floor. This is called a tuck. Now here comes the exercise. Straighten one leg out, fully straighten leg, while keeping your low back pressed to the floor. If you're new to this, you might feel some trembling in your stomach and lower abdomen. That's totally normal. It means you're doing it right. Hold for 3 seconds, 2, 1, send it back, repeat on the other side. always keeping that low back pressed to the floor. Hold for 3, 2, 1, send it back. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can do that by simply bringing your arms up overhead, just like this. Not straight up to the sky, but like elbows by the ears. Then straighten one leg out. Keep the low back pressed to the floor. If your low back arches off the ground, that variation is too hard. You need to bring your hands back in. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Tuck it in, switch. Remember, we are training the lower abdomen so that way we can press it into the belly plate force. Hold 3, 2, 1. Take it in and relax. I believe this is the perfect lower ab exercise because you can scale it to any difficulty level. Level 1 will look like this. Level 2 will be a leg out holding and send it back. Level 3 will be just holding one leg out. Level 4, hands up overhead. Level 5, hands down, both legs out in a V. Level 6, arms up overhead, legs in a V. Level 7, hands down, legs together. Level 8, hands up, legs together. And you can even hold weight in your hands to make it harder. So that is the hollow body. That's going to give you strength at your pelvis to keep your lower back in good alignment so you're not excessively arching it. Now let's go to exercise 2. This is a fun one. Now, exercise 2, I thought that would have been more graceful, is a straight leg bridge. To do this, you're going to need a bench or a chair. Yeah, you could even use your couch, but I'd recommend something firmer. Now, we'll start with the most basic variation of this exercise, and I'll show you how to make it harder. So, to begin, press your low back into the floor. That is very important. This is the first step. Then, extend one leg out, resting the back of your heel on the edge of the bench. Now, keeping your core tight, low back pressed to the ground, press both heels straight down to raise your hips up towards the sky. We're focused on the straight extended leg. The opposite leg is just supporting while we learn the movement. Hold for 3, 2, 1, then lower down slowly with control and switch the leg on the bench. Bend the leg, flatten the low back to the ground. Press your heels down to raise your hips up. Feeling tension, that squeeze behind your thigh of the straightened leg. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Take it down slowly, land softly, bada bing, bada boom. That's level 1. Now, how do we make this harder? We're going to do both legs straight at the same time. Setup is the same, flat low back to the ground. Keep your tummy nice and tight. Then drive both heels down through the bench to raise your hips up till we're in a straight line from the ankle bone all the way up to the shoulders. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down slowly, land softly. Let's go. Repeat with me again. Lift up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down slow. Now, why are we doing this? If you think about the forces when you're here at the top, gravity wants to push your hips back, but you're using your hip muscles to keep your pelvis raised forward, pushing up into the force of gravity. This is simulating the forces at the belly plate. Now, how do we make that harder? When you're marching, you're going to spend a lot of time on one leg. So you're going to need strength to hold your hips against the force with just one leg. And you don't need to start there. You should definitely start from level 1 until you can comfortably get 15 reps on both sides. So to work our way up towards that single leg strength, we're going to use both legs, drive them down, lift up. Now, take one foot off of the ledge and slowly lower down towards the ground with control. Land softly, bring both legs together, press up, switch the other leg, slow and controlled. Feel the lengthening behind the thigh. Feel that tension. Land softly and switch, lift up, raise one leg up, take it down slow, land softly, switch, take it up, take it down slow, keep that tension behind the thigh. And then once you can comfortably get 15 reps per side, you're ready for the last level, boss mode, which is coming up with both legs, bringing one knee up towards the chest like a march, send it back, switch, send it back, switch. The goal is keeping the hips high without letting them drop closer to the floor when you switch to a single leg. And that is a straight leg bridge. Now, let's get into exercise number 3 for the upper back bar. This is also a fun one. Here we go. Exercise number 3 is a bent over A, which looks like this. I'm bending over, got my arms out, and I'm squeezing my arms back into an A. That's the A. This will help us stabilize our shoulder blades against the back bar. It's quite simple. To do this, bring both feet together, bend the knees, and hinge your body forward. Careful not to round your back. Okay? Keep the chest lifted, but not so high that we're like arching the back. Try to find like a straight spine. You can use a mirror or record yourself if you need help. Now, hands will be down in front of your body. I like to keep my thumbs out, away from our center. You'll find that you naturally want your thumbs to rotate in. And I think this move feels better with the thumbs turned out. So to do this, sweep your hands out and back into an A while squeezing your shoulder blades back and down away from the ears. You might find a tendency to want to raise them up like that, shrugging the shoulders up. When we do this, press them down, create space between your shoulders and your ear. A cue I like to use is to imagine pinching a pencil between your shoulder blades. Now we hold this for 3, 2, 1. Lower back down with control. Allow gravity to pull everything down so that you are rounding your shoulders, creating space between your shoulder blades and your spine. Start from there and then pull back, squeeze the blades, hold, feel like you're flying for 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Another important cue is to keep your chin tucked. You might want to stick your head up like that to look where you're going, but that's going to crunch on your neck. We don't want none of that. Keep the chin tucked. Now, how can we make this harder? You can hold weights. You won't need a heavy weight for this. Here, I'm using 2.5-pound plates. We got the same setup. Arms down, let everything hang heavy. Let it be natural. Turn the thumbs out and then pull back into the A. Squeeze, hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Feel that squeeze in the upper back. We need those muscles to engage when we're holding the drums. And how can we make that harder? Well, you could take a step back, be even more horizontal. Some people even like to go single leg to add a balance component into this. But honestly, just starting right here, bent over A, is the way to go. That's exercise number 3. And now let's get into exercise number 4. Also a fun one. You can do it right here. This move is going to train all of those muscles along your spine. To do this, begin by giving yourself a big hug since nobody else will. Then, spread your feet slightly wider than shoulder width and bend your knees. We're going to send the hips back and curl into a ball. This is the starting position. Now to do this, keep your butt exactly where it's at and raise your chest up, feeling all the segments of your spine lift up against gravity. You will feel the muscles along your spine working, maybe your abdomen as well. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, all the way to the ball, and repeat. Be careful not to hyperextend. Your chest should not be straight forward. It should be around a 45-degree angle to the ground, because that hyperextension is also going to be painful in the low back. Now, while holding, you're going to feel all the muscles in your back working. Do not be afraid of it. You got to embrace it. If this is painful for you, then you should absolutely seek professional care from a physical therapist to address that. Take it down slowly to a ball and relax. Now, how do we make that harder? Once you can comfortably get 10 to 12 reps with your arms crossed, the next level is to bring your hands to your ears. Don't yank your ears off your head, just rest them back there. Same setup, bend the knees, curl into a ball, then lift up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down, curl, feel the stretch and lift. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, how do we make this harder? Once you can get 12 reps with your hands by your ears, you're ready to add weight. Here I'm holding 5 pounds. And for reference, when I train this, I use an 18-pound kettlebell. So if you're trying to do this with like 50 pounds, I would not recommend that when you're starting out. Find a light weight. Begin by holding the weight close to your chest. And same setup, bend the knees, round the back, keeping the weight hugged to your chest. Lift up, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the next level from here is placing the weight higher away from your lower back by lifting it up towards the forehead. I like to press it against my forehead because I'm crazy like that. Curl down, lift up. This one, you will definitely feel an increase in difficulty. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. Remember, you are going to struggle in these exercises, but they all serve a specific purpose, and that is helping you hold your equipment using your muscles and not just putting the entire load down in your lower back, because that is painful and uncomfortable, and it can lead to lifelong spine conditions like scoliosis, which is something that I have to deal with to this day, partially because in my 8 years of competitively marching quads, nobody, not a single time, taught me how to train my back for it. That's exactly why I'm doing this here for you today for free. I don't want that for you. So we've covered the 4 exercises, but now let's put the drums on so that we can apply those movement mechanics to wearing the drum. Here we go, drum is on. I'm just gonna build it up from the bottom. Build up from the bottom. Here's the bottom. You've probably seen this person. Maybe that's you. It was definitely me. Now, to begin, we gotta straighten the legs, and now we have to roll the pelvis back. It's a combination of the hollow body and the straight leg bridge working together to stabilize against the forces at the belly plate. It's a combination of those two. You will feel your lower abdomen working in front like it did in the hollow body. You will feel the back of your hips and thighs engaged just like it was in the straight leg bridge. And now let's talk about the upper back bar. You feel that contact point. You feel where the bar meets your shoulders. Slight squeeze back and down to stabilize against it. Don't go too far, otherwise you're gonna press your chest into the front. You won't be able to breathe. Okay, just a slight engagement. Push back into it. And then think about that bar pulling your shoulders forward. We're gonna reverse spine extension, raise it back, pressing back into the force at the back bar. And that is how you hold your drums with good posture using your muscles. Right now, you're feeling the back of your thighs. You're feeling your lower abs. You're feeling the back of your shoulder blades, and you're feeling the muscles that run up along your spine. This is how it's done, folks. And if you feel yourself giving out on any specific part of this, like if you feel your shoulders going like this, this is starting to win, then you know you need more reverse spine extensions and bend over A's. If you can feel your belly plate pushing back like that, then you know you need more straight leg bridge and hollow body. And if you really want to add the cherry on top, tuck your chin back and down so that your ears are by your shoulders and not way in front of your body like that. Tuck them back. And that's how it's done, folks. If you really are serious about building your strength for carrying your drums and ultimately marching stronger on and off the field, and you want something easy to follow along with, like you just want to tap play, watch, and follow along with the whole program and progressions mapped out for you, then I highly recommend our 21-day Drumline Back Strength program. I will link that down in the description below. That program not only trains and develops these 4 exercises I showed you today, but also shows you multiple complementary exercises to make marching with the equipment feel easier. Now, if you found this video helpful, please show your support for the channel by tapping that like button. It will tell YouTube to share this video with more drummers. That is the goal. And while you're there, I invite you to leave a comment letting me know what you would like to learn more about. That's all for today. I'll see you next time. Ready and break.